Hello M3, this is Teacher Win and welcome to another video of your chemical reactions part 2. For this video, you are going to learn about net charge. In your chemical reactions part 1, you've learned about nuclear notation, wherein it's like a summary of your element. Like for example, you can see there a mass number and the atomic number of your element. So your mass number will tell you the number of protons and neutrons of an element, and your atomic number will tell you the number of protons and electrons of an element. Like for example, we have here the symbol Na or the element sodium. Its atomic number is 11. So it means sodium has 11 protons and 11 electrons. The mass number of your sodium is 23. So it means it has 11 protons and 12 neutrons because again, mass number is proton plus neutron. So here's another example. So we have here a model of an atom wherein we knew already that an atom has three components. We have your electron, we have your proton, and we also have your neutron. So you can see here the legend on the left. So your atomic number tells you the number of protons. So let's test. So atomic number of this atom is, or how many protons are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 protons. So its atomic number is 6. And atomic mass tells you the number of protons and neutrons. So what is the atomic mass of this atom? So there are 6 protons. And how many neutrons are there? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also. So this means, so you have 6 protons plus 6 neutrons, so you will get an atomic mass of 12. Now, let's add another term, which we call net charge. Net charge. So, what is a net charge? A net charge is the sum of all charges of an atom. So if you talk about charges, we are talking about the positive and the negative of your atom. And if an atom has a charge, meaning an atom is positive or an atom is negative, then we call them ion. Ion. So an ion is an atom that has a net charge. So how do we know the net charge of an atom? There are two simple things that we have to find out. You have to know how many protons and how many electrons are there in your atom. So in our example here, how many protons do we have? So we have 6. And what is the sign of your proton? It's a positive charge. How many electrons are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are also 6 electrons. And what is the charge? The charge is negative. So you have to do the math. 6 minus 6. So you will have 0. So this atom is neutral. So if an atom does not have charge, so it is neutral. Now let's go to our second example. So how many protons are there? Okay, very good. There are 2 protons. What is the charge? It's positive. How about electrons? We have 1, 2, 3 electrons, and the charge is negative. So let's do the math. 2 minus 3, you will get negative 1. So if an atom is negative, then we call them as your an ion. So an ion is an atom that is or that has negative charge. Let's go to our third example. How many protons are there? There are 2 protons. And the charge of proton is positive. How about electrons? So we only have 1 electron and the charge is negative. So do the math. 2 minus 1. So you will get positive 1. So if an atom has a positive charge, so like for example positive 1, so we call them as your cation. So here is the summary of your net charge. So if an atom is not positive nor negative, then it is neutral, meaning it has a 0 charge. So if an atom has a positively charged, meaning +1 or +2 or +3, so we call them as your cation. And if an atom is negatively charged, meaning it's -1, -2, or -3, then we call them as your anion. Now, do this net charge activity. So I want you to pause the video and think and solve for the correct answers. So do this activity for like 3 minutes, and once you're ready, you can play the video again. Now, let's check your answers. Let's begin with number 1. So your number 1 here, your element or element symbol Be, or your beryllium. So beryllium has a proton number of 4 and an electron of 4. So 4 minus 4, so you will get 0. Very good. So the charge is neutral. Number 2. So for number 2, so we only have the value of here your proton with a net charge of 0. So what number should you subtract to get you a net charge of 0? So you get 12, of course. And what is that atomic number or atomic element that has an atomic number of 12? Okay, so you have Mg or magnesium. Very good. Number 3. So we only have here the value of your electron, which is 10, and the net charge is 1. So what number should you subtract with 10, and yet you will get a positive 1 answer? Okay, very good. So you're going to subtract 10 with 11, so that you can have 11 minus 10 is equals to positive 1. So what is this element that has an atomic number of 11? Okay, very good. You have Na or sodium. Number 4. So we only have here the value of your atom, which is a positive charge of positive 3. So therefore, the net charge here is 3. So next step is this one. What do you think is the atomic number of this element symbol Ag, or your silver? Okay, so the atomic number is 47. So what number should you subtract with 47 to get a value of positive 3? So it should be 44, because 47 minus 44 is equals to positive 3. So for further activity about net charge, I want you to visit your Google form and solve the worksheet there. This is the end of the lesson about net charge. So once again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to watch Chemical Reactions Part 3, which is all about valence electrons.